Dumelang mapara le maparagadi. It is a new week and that can only mean one thing. Another episode of Mzansi Fundis is on your screen. Kalibitso ke Lekoko, your host, and I get Vagili one. Ke tshwere manyora a diski, SC Lilofuno. This week, a lot has happened. We're celebrating birthday of chairman, 80th birthday to be exact, Kaizer Chincha Kuluva. Motau. We also see Kaizer Chiefs iwina Kufa Cup. Harra cheka Bafana Bafana ku PE, the supporters. Let's ajwang kanti. Why let misbehave? Gents, let's start on that note. Lufuno, supporter di batlo senya party, rebe disqualified. Ho etsala?
Yeah, I mean, this is all about the rules it's a CAF, and the supporters must also understand that we are in an international stage, and there are rules that governs football, and such kind of behavior is not allowed. Yes, you can speak about supporters in UEFA and all that coming in. Really, at the end of the day, there are rules, and sometimes we can find ourselves losing a game that we were supposed to have won easily.
And I mean, you look at that incident, SC.
Sure.
How do you then educate supporters and make sure that it doesn't happen again? Because maybe a lot of them were not even aware. Are you even for them or against what it is that they did?
Look, two points. Happy to see the numbers in the stadiums for the national team. Happy to see the passion. Happy to see that there's people that are on the ground saying, "Ro support the team." Schooling the fans, they need to know we could lose these points. That's a fact. We can't deny that. But now I still stand with the fans and say, as much as guys, yes, the rules are there, Rato lose a game because of that. Don't stop coming to the stadium. Come to the stadium, come see your favorite Bafana players playing and giving us what we need. For me, I take it back to the stadium management. We see the team from the airport, we protect Ile, we fit like stadium, we protect stadium where you're supposed to be protecting them fully. And the next thing we want to trickle it down to the supporters. No, bring in the numbers. Again, we thank 18 for solving it.
Supporters, we don't have to get to this level where Hutsenabu, the minister of sport, let's know our place, rebehave. Lufuno, a very important player that we've witnessed. He doesn't play as regularly in his team, but nonetheless, he carries Bafana Bafana. Teboho?
It's a top class player. Let's not get into Sundowns politics and all that. But if we look at what he has done for Bafana, look at the Afcon performance, look at consistently when he's in the Bafana, he's got the goals, he gives the team balance. And I think for this game, he wanted to play, to show people, who is Teboho. Even when he celebrated, you could see, he says, I'm here.
Wow,
I'm here. Yeah, he was just saying, Coach Mangoba, don't forget about me. I'm still a Sundowns player. But, he played with passion. And what a performance for him.
And he's not the only player that played with passion. I looked at Dudley.
Yeah.
He fits in like a glove.
Yeah.
The likes of Pogba, Bomvala, or remove it on. Should we start making him a permanent fixture in there?
I mentioned in Cox about Dudley, and we haven't seen this in the national team in quite some time. A left-footed centre back that is proper quality. It's been quite some time everyone has such a player in the national team, and kudos to development high, and kudos to Kaizer Chiefs for eyeing him and saying he's a player that needs to be in such a huge team as Team Yalefon. And for me, I'm glad to see such a player because Orfa cover Esha Pukamrao. You can see the marshalling between him and Gekana, the communication levels between the three of them. I say three because I'm talking about Williams Lapemuva. Quite a solid center back that we have here. There's the synergy in those three players. It's quite beautiful to see. Totally umnati, comfortable on the ball, doesn't rush to start play. He's organized.
Lufuno, 50 caps, Shikabala, Tembam Shishizwani.
Yeah.
An important player for the national team.
Important player for South Africa, an important player for Sundowns. Zwane is a top player. Cox. I mean, you look at if you look at his 50 caps, where they come from, the balance and the chunk of the caps are coming from during the Hugo tenure as a coach. Even though they did not start well, they were not fighting. He was not calling him. But the coach eventually, I can actually plan around this guy and make the team play around Zwane. And he's now a leader in that team. Zwane being a captain as well when Rowan is not there. He provides leadership. but he also, he's the one that really dictates the system and how Bafana Bafana play. Very important player, and he creates goals, he scores goals. I think he has enjoyed his Bafana Bafana career under Hugo.
Fast forward, we go to Congo Brazzaville, the very same Themba Zwane injury. How much of an impact is that going to have on the national team?
Not just national team. Sundowns as well has lost a captain.
Especially going to the Champions League.
Huge influential player. There's one thing about Zwane that I love, playing off the ball. Zwane knows how to draw in defenders, to come right into the middle. He knows how to play quietly. And a lot of players in our country cannot play quietly. Zwane knows how to do those things. And for Hugo to lose such a player, point in reference again, we've lost Yaya. We need to replace those two positions. There's a possibility that we might have lost striker, Frosla, as well. So it's going to be quite interesting to see what Hugo does in the team to replace these players that are on injury, and let's see what happens, because you cannot replace Zwane.
I know he says you cannot replace Zwane, but unfortunately the rule says we have to, and there's a player, we can't play Zwane because he crashes. Who replaces that player?
There's quite players that the coach has been calling, even though he has not been playing. I think Tito, for one, he needs to be given an opportunity to show us what he can do in a national level. We've seen what he can do for Pirates. He has been a player that made Pirates tick as well at one stage. So let's see if he's been there, he was not been played. He was played now in Congo. Although the game was very, very tough, the condition was not really conducive for him to shine. But let's give him a chance. But I think Jaden, the boy from Stellenbosch, let the coach talk. Let them fix the problems there. He will be very important for us in the middle field, with Mokoena being there as well. I think we've got enough cover.
We should have enough cover. Now, kina go how rotate cover how on mate so that only fresh or sharp or shebele hand. Second half, Herbo was Fagu case. We're going to be talking about the Carling Knockout Cup. Arjik.